Toyland wishes to produce quarterly financial statements, but it takes a physical count of inventory only at year-end. The following historical data were taken from year 1 and 2 of the accounting records. Okay, so you can see to the left of my mouse, they gave us net sales for 2 years, cost of goods sold. Now, at the end of first quarter of year 3, Toyland's ledger had the following account balances. So they're giving us sales, purchases, what was the beginning of the year, beginning of January 1st of year 3, and then March 31st of year 3. All right, and based on the purchases and sales, Toyland accountant thinks inventory is low. So here's what we're asked to do. Use the information provided. We're supposed to estimate the following for the first quarter of year 3. So we're going to estimate cost of goods sold, estimated ending inventory, and estimated inventory shortage. Now, they've given us a little hints here to the left of my mouse here. Note, round your intermediate percentage values to do decimal places and your final answer to the nearest whole dollar. Okay? And let's see how we approach this. Oh, by the way, that note is supposed to pertain to the first question of cost of goods sold. Okay, so using the data up top, this is what we need to do. Add up both years to come up with total sales. Add up both cost of goods sold to come up with total cost of goods sold. Right? Now we have total gross margin. And then we can calculate the gross margin percent and the cost of goods sold percentages. So we would just take 211 divided by 358, right? 211 was the total gross margin. And we divide it by sales. Total sales was 358. That's gross margin percentage. We get 59%. Okay? Then we take cost of goods sold, which was 146,780 taken from right here divided by 358, and that's 41%, right? If we added those together, we should get 100%. Okay, well, now that we know the 59 and the 59% and the 41% for gross margin percentage and cost of goods sold, we can calculate the computation of cost of goods sold. So it was 243,000 for year 3. Partial of the year, we can use the average cost of goods sold to figure out what cost of goods sold is. This is our estimate. And then we can tackle part B and C. Okay, now I've rearranged the screen a little bit so we can see B, right? They told us the beginning inventory was 65,000 to the left of my mouse, plus purchases was 158. That gives us goods available for sale of 223, right? Which is, beginning plus purchases gives us goods available for sale. Subtract out cost of goods sold. That's the 99,630 that we calculated in A above, and we can come up with estimated ending inventory. Let me slide on down here. Now, if estimated inventory was 123,370, but the inventory per the books is 95,700 given here, then that means we had an estimated shortage of $27,670. Okay, now that $27,670 of the shortage, we would call inventory shrinkage. And people new to accounting will say, well, what's that? And basically it means we don't know. It's likely the result of theft, maybe breakage, maybe spoilage. It could be some combination of those three. But it basically is the result of the fact that a physical inventory is different than what our book value says. And the general term for that is inventory shrinkage.